Okay. All right. This is the ARH Invitational match between Mawloc, MalaciousMawloc below on the bottom there, and Rebel Traitor on top. This is going to be a silly uh, mirror match for this first game here uh, between the so-called Cramps decks, and that is a Kiadimundi, Baru Lars, and Owen Lars, and both of them on high stakes as well. So let's get a couple of good views here so you can see, and here we go. Oh, fun. So early on here, we're seeing, oh my gosh, Tuscan camps. What a surprise! Okay. All right, so the bans on this. Well, let's just review the format. By the way, is that these guys have built a bunch of different decks. They know what the lists are, and before the match, they pronounce a ban. And in this case, the ban are these cards on the right here. We have Way of the Force. Luke was banned by Rebel Traitor, and Obi-Wan Kenobi banned by Mawloc, which means that neither of them can play decks that contain those two characters during the match, and then they select from the remaining decks that that are still considered legal for the match. So they obviously both selected this, and in this case, we have basically a ramp fest, and this is going to be basically whoever can ramp faster is going to win overall. And ramping can consist of, in this case, either basically going with Kiadimundi, Jarkai stuff, or getting their big supports out, which are Tuscan Camps and Jedi Temple Guards. So I'm glad to say that this deck is pretty much dead now with the new Holocron updates. Excuse me, with that have put Tuscan Camp, Jedi Temple Guards, and the Headstrong event on the restricted list, as well as Jedi Lightsaber being removed from the reprint list, Echoes of Destiny. So this deck is no longer legal on like 5 different fronts, or something to that effect, and therefore, you obviously will see it trail off a good bit. Although there may be something else to do with it. Who knows? If you have any ideas, put them in the chat there. And oh, by the way, fellas, just recently got a word from Twitch that they are enabling monetization on my stream here, which is crazy. So if you have a spare sub from your Amazon Prime or something, and you want to support the channel, at least like and subscribe, blah blah blah, do that nice stuff. And if you'd like to throw bits or subscriptions this way, that would be very encouraging, of course. And we'll keep doing this as much as we can. I like to stream, obviously, for ARH here and our folks, as well as some Marvel Snap and occasionally other deck building games like Slay the Spire or Griftlands upon occasion. Yeah, and thank you, Davey, for doing that. Appreciate your support. But we will keep on going here and enjoy this insane mirror match for this first game of a best of 3. Invitationals. Grab a cup of coffee and let's make fun of the whole process. No, it's all good. So far, we're looking at there's Tuscan camps on both sides, and then on RT's side, he's got the upgrades, but Mr. Kiadimundi on Mawloc's side only has his own saber, but he does have Jarkai in his hand, whereas RT has double strike a deal. And I'm not sure he's particularly thrilled about that because he really doesn't want to just turn everything into resources. But then again, maybe he's okay with that. He'd rather have the Jarkai in person, I would imagine. That's actually a 3, or a 2. Sorry, yeah, it's a 2. That 2, the 2 disrupt there is just going to probably stick around. But he's going to go straight for Baru here, which is interesting. Okay. He may think that he can actually go ahead and get the kill this turn. I mean, if he can, oh wow, he just goes ahead and claims here to get the heal. Yeah, he gets a double heal actually as a result. I mean, imagine stranding 2 dice, including a resource, in order to do that, and then he just passes it out because he'd rather not discard the Jarkai, as he knows he can't get the kill anyway. So yeah, that's how annoying this deck can be. Let's just strand 4 dice in round one because you can't. How ridiculous is that? Davey says he's just here for the Marvel Snap. Maybe later, sir, but will be very scarce over the next week. That's for sure because I'm traveling. But we'll be back soon enough. See what happens here. We have another Tuscan camp coming out. Since it was not drawn, he pulled it via Owen Lars. Seems all right. Oh, he's going to rewind for Cyber Center unless he would have drawn it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, if he knew, I mean, you knew it was the top card. If it would have, it would have to be the top card for you to draw it. So it's probably fine. I mean, that's kind of a thing. I guess he was. They kind of figured that together. He's like, oh crap, I should have drawn a 6 card. I really want the 6 card, but then he could have. Yeah, okay, well, fair enough. Does roll into the 1 disrupt there, which could be a partial problem for Mr. Mawloc over here. But he doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the big resources right now unless he chooses to headstrong right now, which he could do that, but then he's risking not being able to do that on the dice that actually matter, a couple big dice that matter, which could be coming up on the Kiadi there, the Dark Saber and Ahsoka's Saber. If those get in, there's a Jarkai in his hand too. So it looks like he's just going to take the double resources here and just to eat the 1 disrupt, which is probably the right move. That seems pretty logical overall. Owen Lars bringing out another Tuscan camp here, undoubtedly. And now he's got the money still for Jarkai if he wants, although he doesn't have a second weapon to be able to play with it, so maybe that doesn't happen. He doesn't have any real draw capacity either, but wow, okay, that is no resources but the double threes over there. Yep, he's going to get rid of the 2 disrupt. Okay, okay. And he takes 1 resource there. First I thought that was another shield, but it was not. The shield was on the left. The Luke's offer will get him a couple of shields, I guess. Is that what he's doing? Yep, that's what he's thinking. He's just shielding up. Bring out more Tuscans, please. I swear, in this format, I venture to guess that more Tuscanery has been played in this format than anything beyond the Awakenings only format. I betcha. I betcha. Other than the Awakenings format, I'm not sure Tuscan Raider has ever done anything. So, the fact that it's getting used again is cool, but still, Tuscan Camp definitely needed a bit of a nerf. So getting on the restricted list, good thing. There's the Jarkai. That is going to be a pretty. It's going to be pretty good for RT over there, except for the fact that Mawloc has Headstrong in his hand, and so you would anticipate that the moment Key rolls in, first thing that happens is Headstrong the daylights out of that Ahsoka Saber and the Dark Saber. And there we see a Jedi Mind Trick. He still's got 1 in his hand too, but this is going to be probably a 4-die removal Jedi Mind Trick, so that is a big swing as well. I think Mawloc kind of walked into that one a bit. Casera, I do not know if they agreed in advance that neither of them would ban Cam. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. It is totally permissible for side agreements to be made in this respect, but neither person is actually held to it. There are no rules for or against, and you could even theoretically deceive your opponent in this regard. The only thing that is absolutely legal is the ban. Excuse me. But we see a good fair amount of damage going into Miss Baru. Here comes Cam with his Jarkide stuff, but make no mistake, that Headstrong is like, doesn't even matter what he rolls there. He is going to blast Headstrong on those, and that would have been a good 4, 7, 8 damage off that alone. So that was pretty good, pretty good. Nemesis, you made a fair point. Oh, you're a good man, Nemesis. Much respect. Okay, here's the Jarkai, and he's probably just going to see if he can get away with claiming here, because that will enable him to get a double heal and a shield. So now we've got, kind of an interesting situation developing. Okay, so he discards the Headstrong. He's going to see what he gets here. Oh, gets one more damage out of that, but doesn't get anything out of the final Tusken there, to his chagrin, I am sure. Mawloc straying a resource on the table. I mean, when do you see decks that do that? It's so rare overall to actually have decks that will be fine just stranding dice on the table. And it's because of the double heal from Cyber Center and the Owen Baru combo there is worth a good bit. I mean, it's essentially like 3 health out of that shield and 2 and a double heal, and then the extra card in hand, which he has. And Cam is going to get some beefing up this turn, it appears, because there is the Ahsoka Saber, a Jedi Saber, and a Lavish Cape, and a Yoda Saber. So there's going to be a good bit of stuff going down here. The Headstrong is going to take care, yet again, of Cam's on Rebel Traitor side, probably those upgrades. And if he is thinking ahead this time around, he may realize that there is still one more Jedi mind trick to face against, and if he doesn't watch it, he's going to walk right into that again. But at this point, the hand is good. Mawloc looks to have a little bit of an advantage here overall because of his board state, but that could change this turn depending on how he manages his resources here. It's going to be really crucial, and in part of what may be actually important here is if this Tusken Camp right now, as it rolls in on RT's side, rolls a Disrupt. Now already RT or Mawloc took care of at least one resource there by pulling the resource off of the Tusken Raider character dice from his Tusken Camp. That is, undoubtedly, he's thinking ahead to where, well, okay, I got enough tempo. If he rolls the double disrupt and I can't stop it, then I can at least roll in the second Tusken Camp, get another resource, have 2 resources, and then ultimately be fine to Headstrong again. In this case, though, now he rolls in his double disrupt. Let's see if there's anything to happen here. This is probably not the right time for Jedi Mind Trick, but he might choose to do it. Yeah, he just takes 2 resources there. He's going to get double disrupted, so that's kind of a 2-for-1 dice issue there. So, this is an interesting kind of position for him to be in. RT can theoretically just go like, okay, well, what's he going to pull here? Does he have droids to pull? He does. Oh, right. That's right. He has Ned. Ned is in the house. Ned is good for him here. That could provide some extra shieldage to Baru. Um, but no doubt about it, what Mawloc is looking to do here is try to put out. Yep, there's his. He wants to get his Jarkai online, so he puts out the Ahsoka Saber, and now he's going to be ready to go out with him to roll out with Kiadi here. RT goes ahead and he's just shielding up Baru here. Mawloc is kind of thinking. Oh boy, is he thinking? All right, well, so he might be trying to. He's thinking, oh my gosh. So this could be the point at which he runs the Jedi mind trick here. But if he's smart about this, if he doesn't, if Mawloc is smart about this and RT does not Jedi mind trick, Mawloc is going to be resolving all of that damage here, and that is enough. In fact, that's lethal even right now on Baru. So he could just tap Baru, play Jedi mind trick for 1 here, and oh, there. Okay. Oh, okay. No, he's going for instead. He's playing the Obi-Wan, so he's saying it's okay. He's saying it's okay that Baru's dead here. He does not care. He'd rather that. Okay, so Beacon asks what was banned. The 2 cards on the right here that you can see. The Way of the Force Luke was banned by Rebel Traitor. Obi-Wan Kenobi banned by Mawloc. Hey, Stinger. Hey, guys, we got a bunch of viewers here. It is Saturday afternoon Destiny. This is the Invitational match. And appreciate you guys showing up. So again, Mawloc is probably wanting to try, recognizing that there is a Jedi mind trick to be found. Oh wow, oh wow. Okay, so he is totally going to be. He's saying, "I do not care about. I don't care about headstronging this anymore. I'm putting out the Darksaber. Okay, well, I'm not sure I agree with that, but, well, it's his deck. He knows what he's doing. That is a lot of stuff to deal with. This is going to get Jedi mind tricked out. Well, no, actually, he doesn't have resources anymore, because I guess now he does. Jeepers. Okay. Just takes a whole bunch of resources and says, okay, let's do it. Oh man, he's gonna be so disappointed. He is gonna be so disappointed when this comes out. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What does he know? Oh no. Oh man. Wow. Oh, oh man. Wow. All right, here it comes. It is so that was kind of like, oh wow, he just says that's what you get. Okay. Ah. That's definitely unfortunate. Mawloc, I figured, I guess he just didn't anticipate that he'd have the other one in his hand. But taking 4 resources is a pretty big deal. I mean, I don't know. Now he's got a lot of opportunity here. I mean, maybe Mawloc is thinking at this point, like, I've still got enough health, whereas he's got Baru down over there, so there's a pretty good chance he'll have a strong next turn anyway. Both of them now have 4 weapons on their Kiadi Mundi, and there's still some rerolls to be had. Here comes Owen, and Owen is going to probably put out his own Ned here. Yep. And Mawloc does have, a strike a deal in hand too, and a reroll out of the Jedi Temple Guards. So there's things he can do. Whoa. Wow. Okay. With that is a lot of damage. Holy mackerel. Okay, so that's 4, 7, 10, 13 if he has the resources. He only has... Oh, now it definitely has resources. He does have sufficient resources for this if he wants it. So that is 11 damage. 4, 7, 10. What? I don't know what they're doing. Okay, he's got his... I don't know what that... Thought you had to resolve a resource. Oh, are they backing it up? You gave it to him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's 10 damage. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but it's must have been a little bit of confusing. It's like, how'd you get a resource? I gave it to him. Not I guess this is a plan to get a... Okay, well, this is a plan to overwrite with a Jedi Saber down the line. Oh, he's not even going to activate. Not even going to activate the Ned. Oh, man. It's funny. Yeah. And now, I think that means that there's going to be some Jedi lightsaber shenanigans cycling. Isn't that right? He has 2 of these in here. Let's see what he's got in here now. He does... Let's see. There's the other Jedi Saber. So, yeah, he can cycle Jedi Sabers now for 3 shields a turn. And that is where it's at. Let's see. Mawloc picks up the Jedi Temple Guards and a Razor Crest in his hand. But he's only got 2 resources. He did keep the Headstrong, which he's going to need to use probably. So, he's going to have to hope that he just gets a lot of resources out of this. His rollouts here. Whereas over on RT's side, it is important to note he does not have much in the way of removal. Cam activates in. He's out of... of course, RT's out of Jedi Mind Tricks. So there's that to be concerned about. He doesn't have to be concerned about that anymore. The roll-in doesn't get him a whole lot in terms of damage, but it does hit resources. He can pull 4 resources out of that. 5 resources. There's a 5th, yeah. Out of that quickly if he wants to, but I don't think he's going to... Well, actually, he might. Would you, in this case, do you just take the resources so you can play the Jedi Temple Guards and the Razor Crest and just go to town? Actually, you might. Alright, so there's more resources. He's thinking about it. I mean, if he takes 5 resources here, he can play then the Razor Crest, which he does. Yeah, so he's gonna go for that Razor Crest and Jedi Temple Guards. I mean, that's a... Here he goes. Now this is going to be crucial because he's going to play the Headstrong here more than likely, and this is going to be... Let's see what's he got. Let's see what... Get a little closer, and we got not a lot of damage out of that, but again, a lot of resources. He's going to play the Headstrong, and let's see what he takes. He's going to go for the Darksaber. Yeah, the Darksaber and Ahsoka's die. That seems pretty logical. Leaving 4 damage is fine, I guess, but he's got a lot of resources there as well. He has... Because he didn't just immediately remove... Now here, this will get interesting here, because if he rolls any Disrupt, which he does, he hits the 2 Disrupt. So, in this case, he probably just wants to play that Jedi Temple Guards. Or do you, re-roll it. So, if he rolls and hits the... Yeah, once again, this is why I don't like the manual die rolling. Oh man. All right. Well, a lot of resources for RT there. Um, didn't really lose a whole like he loses the Razor Crest opportunity there, but that's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of the world overall for Mawloc there. But he's gonna yeah. So here comes the Jedi Temple Guards. That gets him another reroll. He's got the 2 focus waiting, and like he's not even doing anything with. I'm actually kind of surprised that RT is like kind of holding on to that pacify. It means he's probably waiting to try and pacify a Tusken die rather than pacify that 2 focus, just staring him in the face right there. Um, yeah. So this is interesting. So he's gonna take this. He's gonna take that. He's gonna get that's 5 damage just off that alone. I mean that's pretty good. It's pretty good. He's going after Owen. I'm not. I mean, I guess that's okay, but I don't know. It seems like you just had like Owen has no utility whatsoever at this point, right? Other than for the headstrongs. I guess that is why he's doing it. He's trying to prevent the future headstrongs, isn't he? I mean, because there's double Tusken Camp. One headstrong has been used. He's double. Yeah, I mean, Jedi Mind Tricks are gone. So all like one headstrong is left, and that's maybe it. The Luke's offer gets him a couple of shields there, but okay, cool. Pacifies the 3. Okay, so he was saving it for the 3 there. Man. Yeah, okay, so the key point at this stage is that like with this he's got one more reroll after this, and he's got to like man. Okay, that well, good lord, dude. How do you roll that much damage? My gosh. Okay. Yeah, VNO, this is I'll just type it to him. Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, this is where it gets interesting because this is, at this point, he could literally just roll him off the table here. Unbelievable. Well, there's damage does exist. Oh, man. I mean, they're basically both telegraphing. I don't have anything. I mean, well, of course, RT's out of cards, but no more removals, so this is just a race to the killing line. No problem, Thomas. No problem. Let's see, what is he? Oh, Mawloc apparently needs a very short break. So let's count this up while we can. This is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage showing on this side, as well as 2 disrupt and a focus. The focus could move into doing a 2 focus over here, which would reduce the damage output by a little, but then he basically can turn that into another focus. So whenever you have like a 2 focus and a 1 focus on the same die, like character dice like this, you can basically kind of say like, if you roll a 1 focus anywhere, the other one is automatically like a 1 focus, essentially. So it's not really that efficient unless he's got big dice somewhere else. He does have the ability to bump up each of his a couple of his other dice though. So he might actually just yeah, you really don't need it, I guess. You really don't need the 2 focus since you got the 2 damage out of it. You just like focus one of those Tuskens into a 2 or into a 3 rather, or the Ned. or just the Jedi lightsaber for that matter, into a +2, in which case it's a +3. So that's probably what he does. So let's say, again, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage, plus 3 there. So that's 14. That would be enough to kill Ki-Adi-Mundi if there are no shields that are done. And, but, Mawloc does have a 2 reroll on one of his Jedi Temple Guards there, and he has a reroll power action on the Jedi Temple Guard on the right-hand side there. So that could have an effect as well, I would imagine. He's also got 3 rerolls, 3 cards to reroll with in his hand, as well as the ability to potentially save Ki-Adi-Mundi with an overwrite somewhere, including the Jedi lightsaber that is in his lost pile. So it doesn't look like that, as it stands right now, that Rebel Traitor is going to be able to get away with killing Cam this turn. So he does go ahead and do it this way, which I guess I don't see why that's really effective. And he didn't. I mean, okay. He reduced his damage by 2, and I guess he increased it by 4 that way. So where he said he could have just done it by 3. Okay, so maybe that's okay, but then he just re-rolls it into nothing. And, okay, yeah. Alright, there's the re-roll. It's going to Ned. The Ned is going to see what he gets there. Hey, he hits a blank. Who knew? I didn't know that was a side that you could roll, RT. Okay. Now, Mawloc still has a couple of things to roll in here. He's got a Razor Crest, a Ned, and the Jedi Temple Guards. So he's got 4 more dice to play with. His theoretical max at that point would be like about an additional 8 damage on top of that. So he could theoretically hit 14 if he rolled basically max. But, you know... Oh, wow. That's real good for him there. It's like it turned... Although, you know, the extra shields aren't exactly wonderful. That was 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 damage, yeah. So this is where he's gonna, he's gonna overwrite probably the. Really? Okay. Yeah, he didn't have resources, so he has to overwrite a 2. That's fine. He doesn't mind really. Let's get that out of the way. There you go. Jedi lightsaber coming back. There's an additional 2 damage. Okay. Ned comes in. Straight up to fire. 2 damage there. Exactly what he wants. Oh, man. So the ideal scenario here is if he can just one-shot him before, and forcing that the shields to be non-optimal at that point. He's got enough to do it, that's for sure. And this is going to be interesting to see how that pulls out. He's going to keep his damages and just reroll everything. He needs 6 damage to one-shot Owen, and he's got 5. Oh, man. So not ideal exactly. Probably pass there. He takes 2 indirect. Puts it on Cam. There's 2 shields. He's got 1 shield remaining. But he can't one-shot. Mawloc cannot one-shot Owen here. He needs a little more, so he's kind of carefully doing this. I think what he wants to do, which is kind of cute, is that I think he's maybe considering, like, he wants to try and force the claim so that he can play the harvest. And to do that, he has to kind of surreptitiously do this while leaving the resource on the Razor Crest. That could be what he's trying to do. the alternative thing that he could do here would be to just, you know, re-roll with the IB94 and try to get more damage out of this. Oh, he's gonna resolve. Is he resolving? Oops, he miscounted. Okay. Well, all right. Well, okay. Oh, Casero. Casero says, feels like Elrathian could have saved a bunch of words in the balance update and just pasted in this screenshot. Maybe. So he's going after Cam here. And yeah, so he did manage to kind of do the bait, though. Let's see, he's going to do the reroll here. Oh, gets nothing out of it. Bummer. But he does take the resource and he plays his harvest. He claims again. So he does get the heal out of that. And yeah, because he gains 2 resources, as you know, by doing so. So he gets an extra resource out of this. And then because he claimed, he gives a character a shield. So he got an extra heal. He got an extra 2 health basically out of it. So at this stage, you know, we got loaded up. The board state kind of favors Mawloc here overall. He's got, you know, he's got 6 supports out instead of the 4 that RT has. And he's a little ahead on damage. But on the top side, let's see what he's got in his hand. The Jedi Temple Guard's coming, and there's that Headstrong, and that's why he wanted to kill Owen, is to prevent that from coming out. Pacify is also a big deal. The Beskar Hammer is a really cool card to have in this deck. There's the Headstrong immediately. So there goes the Darksaber, there goes the Focus. And Mawloc's end, his removal is pretty light. He does have some shields out of Luke's offer that he can get, and the Strike a Deal. He can begin cycling those Jedi Sabers as well if he rolls enough resources into it. But this is going to get a little tight. So probably, wow, what a roll. Good lordy mercy. I mean, that's like that roll. So you got double focus, double twos. Good night. Quinlan says, should have started with the Tuscan camp. Maybe so, but there were so many resources on the other side, it's going to be hard to expect that he'd get it. But yeah, here comes the focus here. I mean, this is just massive. That is enough. I mean, that's like, that may just be game. I mean, this roll here. Okay, so there's, what does he get out of this? So he's got like what? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. So he's just going to try to continue rolling into some additional melee. So the board state may have favored Mawloc for a moment, but that roll was just massive, and his roll is just not enough. So really, like, what he's got to do right now, he kind of has to just re-roll everything and hope. Like, his opportunity is basically like about to happen. If he doesn't, okay, all right. So he's making an assumption here that, you know, he might be able to. Oh, okay. So there's the 3 damage. That's good. He's going to be able to save that. That's good for him. But simply, yeah. I mean, here's the next thing though: is that now his Tuscan rolls in. If he rolls the 2 disrupt, that could be a problem. Oh man, there's a 3. And there's enough resources there. So man, look at this. Like, just straight up all his damage. Actually, forget that. Yeah, he has to redo that whole thing. That doesn't make any. Yeah, see, he rolled in the wrong stuff. And that's a lot better for him. That's a lot better for Mawloc. Good call catching that. Yeah. Oh wow, cheapers. So this is a bit of a risk because, like, at this point, this I mean, if he rolls into lethal on Cam, and I mean, he's kind of, sometimes you just got to take the risk. Okay, so that's perfect for him. I'm really surprised he's not going for the reroll here, though. I'm just really, really surprised. Okay, so all right, so all right, so if you're Mawloc here though, this is where you say like, all right, I'm gonna just YOLO the whole dadgum board. I mean, I can re-roll everything here. Yeah, yeah, do it that way. Uh, Stand by. Are you really gonna do that? Okay. Oh, jeez. Well, that's kind of awful. Not a great reroll there. Okay, so he's gonna take. This is interesting. So he basically says, "All right, that was actually pretty good for him overall." And he's gonna continue doing the rerolls. Interesting. All right, so all right, this is interesting. Okay, okay, okay. Well, that didn't help him all that much. So is reroll land here? Give Owen some weapons. Well, if Cam dies, there'll be some redeploys over there. That's for sure. We may actually see a scenario in which, when one of these Cams dies, the Dark Saber is going to actually get discarded rather than going to the other side. And yes, these decks are cancerous. Rolls in the Ned. There's another damage from Ned. Yeah, you still got a Razor Crest to bring in, and oh my gosh, this is like. I mean, it's also silly because like Owen doesn't do anything anymore. Like, I mean, he's just kind of waiting for the other guy to die. And look at that. That's the Rebel Traitor reroll that you come to expect. And this is what. Oh, mercy me. Yeah, just looky there. Okay. This is, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that enough? Okay, we gotta get in close with it. So, melee damage that's available is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 melee available. I mean, these guys are just trying to reroll until they can one shot. That's all that's happening. This is so ridiculous. Oh man, and there is enough. There's a few more 3-for-1s and more carpet. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. So that's enough to one shot the Cam. Um, Probably. At 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 15 melee on the board. Takes a shield, takes a shield. He's gonna allow for those redeploys to have. Oh, he didn't even have any redeploys. This is just like, goodness gracious. So that is, yeah, 13 available. So yeah, and there were 15 on the table. So I think he needs one. Yeah, are you sure? What are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, okay, 13. Yep. Um, yeah, the funny thing here, by the way, yeah, yeah, uniqueness. Um, Funny thing here is that, like, look, Rebel Trader literally only has one card left. Like, he needs a discard. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, okay, now what do you what do you do now? Like, any of these guys have discard on any of their stuff? No, 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 no. Oh yeah, so like no discard sides. It's only the Dark Saber. Yeah. So I'm yeah, but he used the dark saber a little while ago. So I mean, jeez. Like obviously, so this is funny because as it stands, yeah, so he overwrites his Jedi Saber with Jedi Saber. And as it stands, like, there's going to be, 7 damage on Owen and nothing else to do because he literally cannot do anything else. He has to, you know, and yet the Ned is like, I don't think he can die either. Like, Rebel Traitor doesn't die this turn. So really, it's just a question of, like, well, can he roll out and, and get stuff? Okay, he's going for shields out of this. He does have a fair amount of damage on table. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. That's I mean, what is he's got enough? This is so weird. Okay, so there's 6, 7, 8, 9 damage or needed for Cam. There's an additional 3, 6, so 15 total life on RT left, and there is a total of 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage that is able to be put out. He's gonna say, "Yep, there's that." Okay. Oh boy. Oh my gosh! This is random. Oh my gosh! You've got to be kidding me! Jeepers! Unbelievable. All right, well, jeez. Well, game 1 goes to RT on repeated big rolls, but unbelievable. I'm pretty sure that neither of them individually rolled more blanks than I rolled and usually roll in like an entire round. Oh well. To go back and do the blank counter thing. All right, these guys are picking out their second deck. Again, this is the best of 3. Let's see where we're at. While we're waiting on that, if you haven't already, please do maybe follow or subscribe to the channel. It was a good game, although one could argue that this is the cramp send off. Well, maybe it's not, because the Invitational will not be subject to the updated holocron as of this week, which restricted Jedi Temple Guards and Tusken Camp and Headstrong and Jarkai and took the Jedi lightsaber off the reprint list. So this actually got like 5 different nerfs, essentially. Yeah, deck will not be missed. Sayonara. Just got a little over the top with the new set, or with the with rotation in particular. But oh well. Who's gonna look all disgruntled then? Asked Viano. Well, I don't know. Probably just me. Hey, looky here. We got a Max Rebo deck. Here we go. Fantastic. All right. Hey, look at this. Okay, this is gonna be a now this is the they both chose they both chose the non-unique, so it's gonna be a High Valley. This is gonna be entertaining. Okay, this one's gonna be entertaining. This is gonna be wild. Okay, so what you got here? the double Imperial squad leader with Rook Cass. Rook Cass is also, I guess, is she technically? Okay, she's the leader trooper. 11, 11, 9? Yeah, okay. So this is, yeah, okay. So yeah, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so this is just the non-elite Rook cast. Okay. They don't actually need to have done the roll-off there. Since Mawloc lost, he gets to just choose. Which means he's going to choose his High Valley. Duh! But then we have a 5-die start on the other side. Max Rebo, an elite Rebel Smuggler, and an elite Senator. The starting hands, let's just get a quick look. We got some, reasonably big stuff here. The Endless Ranks trick is coming. I don't know if he'll be able to save that, but he does get a discard out of him with the playing the Contraband Seizure. That's the loss of the Light Repeating Blaster. On the top side there, he did have the Contraband Seizure, which he drew probably into that Wookiee Fluttercraft and stuck around with the Tusken Camps, Tidarium, stuff like that, Greed. It's going to be interesting. Okay, here comes the Tidarium. And I imagine what is he probably doing here? Is he gonna? What does he want out of the Tidarium? I forget. What is he trying to do? Like, not musician, right? We do have Max Rebo over here. It's gonna be fun. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Mawloc likes his hand at all. He didn't really draw into anything that gets him kind of ramping up at this point. So that's kind of, he doesn't feel good about that, but he is going to trick out and show him show him the headstrong, and that'll get rid of the 2 focus for him. That feels good, but without it's just okay. So Rebo rolling out, getting a resource there. There's a couple more resources for Mawloc, of course. So he basically is, the charm just generates shield for him. Tidarium rolls the one side that he can't actually resolve. Let's see what he tells us for, what does he want? Make Smuggler a Gungan. Okay. I guess it's like, I guess this is for like unique perspectives, maybe? I don't know. No, he doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think that matters. I mean, he can use unique perspectives. That's definitely a card he likes to use. Okay, well, whatever. He headstrongs there, so that gets rid of some of that stuff. There's another discard. Oh, man. There's a resource. Yeah, okay. He greeds that, yeah, and then that's how he gets the resource. He plays Defiant Uprising. Defiant Uprising will do something here. Of course, he'll roll the 2. And, yeah. Put 2 on Rook. Well, okay, so we know he's making using Tidarium to I don't know, put out. Well, it must be just Tidarium is there for ramping purposes, I suppose, and just having a vehicle. I don't know if there's really any large point. I guess. Oh, I guess one thing it can do is that he does. You'll note here he has his Bad Batch in hand, so he may be just trying to ensure that he has opportunity to put a leader everywhere, which is fine. Leader for Batch, yep. Squad leader rocking out. Headstrong's that. Wow, okay. And there's a discard. Loses a greed. Oh, look at that. Let's see those resources. right, so Defiant Uprising comes out with Senator. Let's see, more resources for him. All right. Standard issue blaster. There's 2 indirect for him. Okay, that feels reasonably good. Sure, why not? Oh man, more discard. Okay, there's a loss of supply team. Kind of a big deal. Not much of a board state developing for either of them, though. More resources. The High Valley can be used to pump a resource here, so you'll have a bunch of resources coming into this next round. And Mawloc is holding on to that endless ranks here, too. There is a disrupt. Yeah, it's making Max a leader. Okay, fine. I mean, at this point, does Mawloc really think he can do much out of this other than just, continue trying to build board? Like, he's got to... Okay, he's re-rolling. He wants to kill off the Rebel Smuggler, I guess. And he might. I mean, if he can... wow. Yeah, that actually is a problem for him there. So there's 3 damage. Yep, there's an extra shield from the Rebo power action. So as a reminder, Rebo, you remove a charm token from a character, resolve one of that character's character dice as if it were showing a shield without removing it from the pool. So basically turns a die into getting 1, 2, or 3 shields. Yeah, pretty much every turn. Here comes the Bad Batch. Oh boy. That is a problem for him. And with 3 cards to re-roll, man. Okay. Already he's rolled 1, 2 out of that. He's going for a squad leader. Okay. Let's re-roll everything. One moment. Okay. Yep. There's 4 more damage. Oh, he's deciding he's going to go for shields. Okay. 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 Hand on his side. He's got this inhibitor chip ready to rock. He flanked by Wingman's in this this dude. And that would be, that 2 there is pretty good for him. Yeah, Mawloc has had really bad hands, just nothing to really build up a board. Whereas over there, okay, roll in the mud here. This is going to bring in Rook. Okay, that's actually really bad because Rook will not get anything but the standard issue blaster, which will be removed, of course, by roll in the mud. So that's kind of like a 2-for-1. And then that discards. There goes a hidden agenda. Yep. Cape gets him another shield. Can he get anything out of this? Okay, he gets A2 damage. That's going to get striked, though. He's out of removal over there. I mean, at this point, yeah, I think he's got to hold fast here. He's going to probably just inhibitor chips the Senator. Yeah, just, he's got command, inhibitor chip, hold fast. Like, he's at least got, something to do. Um, yeah, there's the inhibitor chip. Yeah, get rid of the resources. That makes sense. All right. Hold fast to get rid of yet another resource. And the Defiant Uprising rolls another resource. Okay. And what's he want to keep around? Probably keeps a resource. Nope. I'm impressed that the blanks actually exist. Okay. Yeah, the Defiant does a couple here. The Greed will get him a resource out of this. He probably just actually, so it'll be interesting to see. Does he greed to in order to spend on the focus? Oh nope, he's re-rolling, just straight up re-rolling. He just assumes he's gonna roll a resource, I guess, because like I'm not sure why you keep that around, but okay. Um, yeah. Mawloc saying he can't draw because yeah, Senator 1-5ing the 1-in-5ing the LRB, the light long range, or what is it, light repeating blaster. That was a big deal. Was a big deal. To get another 2 shields. Good lordy mercy. Okay, there's 2 resources. Here is the Razor Crest. And good grief. Alright, well, can't really use that, so. He still has his Imperial Squad Leader for a little while longer. Ooh, and that best defense, though, can probably get a couple of dice out of the way while not exactly, costing him a whole lot. He can overkill his own squad leader there. See if he rolls damage at all. And there he does. Yeah, so he greeds one of these. And yeah. He probably has one more endless rank somewhere in there, but I mean, man, it's just board state's just nothing. The Senator's just ripping it apart. It's not looking too good for him, man. Bad Batch. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, game 3 is looking fairly unlikely. Yeah, the Headstrong is probably sealing this up. I mean, he's not even going to probably lose the Rebel Smuggler this turn. Max Rebo is going to be able to shield, give him another 2 shields. You know. And there you have that. So not a lot there. I mean, it would be interesting to see, was he going to get much out of this? The inhibitor chip is going to get him. Oops, try that again. Nice. All right. Oof. Gross. Yep. Oh man. Just just adds all sorts of insult to the injury. Try to re-roll here, get something. Man, that just nothing. Two indirect. This is almost on the verge of scoop territory. Yeah, he's gonna get at least some extra resources out of this, and so maybe like it's possible that he draws endless ranks next turn, he'll have 5 resources, and maybe extend himself a bit. And now that he's actually got a little bit of a board, that seems all right. But like he has not really been able to either build up the resources effectively, and, or saving them, while simultaneously like protecting himself, and trying to whittle it down the board. So he's just not in a great board position overall. And it could be we see Rook just go, get burned down this turn. I mean, it's got 6 damage. Oh, and yeah, Rogue 2 does not do a reroll since there's no unique red leader, or unique red character, rather. That's okay, so 2 damage. I mean, he has to hit almost pretty much max damage if he wants Rook to die. He's going for it. That's not enough. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Does he draw the endless ranks? He does not. But he does draw an assault tank. Yeah, and as you'd expect, he wants to try to see if he can. Oh man, he doesn't get the matching damage sides. Now that Mandalorian commando die will stay out there even if Rook dies, so there's that benefit. Um, yeah, straight up. Yeah, there's another 2 damage. Okay. Um, all right. Didn't really need to do that. So I guess the one question is he going to try and play the command here? And I would think he would want to, because if he doesn't, he won't get the optimum. Yeah, he won't get the optimum usage out of it. But he goes ahead and removes, yeah, one of those Rebel Smuggler dice and the Tidarium die that would have basically discarded his hand and given RT a resource. So there's that. Ooh, yucky blanks, but he'll go ahead and just grab a resource out of that. Yeah, there's, hey, a blank, what do you know? Hey, here's an assault tank. All right. Getting somewhere. Does he get a reroll? No, he doesn't get a reroll. That's right. Okay. Okay. Does hit the 4-for-1 indirect cost. Okay. Well, gets an extra shield out of that. The max Rebo power action. does a double focus out of this. He says, I am going to get a freaking kill. Let's go. And here comes the, yep, hold fast, probably to dump the, yep, the 3-for-1 there. That discards also the second assault tank. And there's 4 damage. 4 damage into, yeah, well, there you go. Into the rebel smuggler. He may just get a kill, guys. It might happen. Whoop. All right, here comes the second try on the tank. Hits the 3-for-1. Indirect cost. Is he going to strike it? Probably not, because, I mean, why? Why would you, really? I mean, it's a... I'll trade 1-for-1 damage. Sure, why not? There's 4 damage on top of the Imperial Squad leader. Oh, man. So he's going to... Overwrites... Okay, gets a resource out of that. Okay, he plays the supply team. Okay, okay. Okay. I'm not sure where he's going with this exactly. Guess just preparing for the next turn. I guess he wants to see if the rebel smuggler does something significant, and he's going to save a damage this way. So okay, but he's got literally like 6 damage left. 4 of it. No, it's all there. That's game. That's game. Yep. That is. Oh, maybe not game. Anything left? I mean, yeah, it's so unlikely at this point. Yeah, nope. And there it is. There's a focus. Yeah, okay. GG. All right. Well, that is the game, folks. And let me remind you that if you haven't already, maybe subscribe, like this channel. I'm going to keep streaming, and hopefully, if it's of value to you, that's good. Congrats to both of our competitors here. RT takes it in 2. Partly on the back of some awful drawing on the second game here, but good for these guys. And they are out. So, well, fellas, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And thanks to everybody for showing up and for paying a little bit of attention and spending some time here. So we have, just to recognize everybody, we have Ella and Alisadra, Beacon, Casero, Commander Root, Cosmic Newt, hey man, Davey, Dirty Snakea, Discord for streamers. That's weird. I don't know what that means. Discord for streamers? Oh, whatever. Draftsnat, Dynaterra, GV Blue. I'm not sorry for testing. Okay. Jay Burley, Mararomano, and Nemesis, and Nimbus Vader. Thanks everybody for sticking around. Appreciate it. And we will see y'all next time.